Alright, so if you've been watching the videos recently, you know that I've been thinking a lot, man. I've been kind of pondering a lot. I've been thinking about myself and about my life and everything around me a lot recently. And I started thinking about some random stuff, okay? Which, that's fine, right? Maybe a little bit of a waste of time, but I think that this one was actually pretty fulfilling, right? Because I came up with a list that I will be sharing with you guys today. And I think that this is best titled, The List of Things I Simply Don't Understand, okay? Now, these are going to be just completely off the wall, right? Like, most of them will not relate to anything else. They're not going to be something that you should sit here and try to make connections with. There is no connection. It's things I don't understand. It's things that get on my nerves, even to a certain extent, because I'm just sitting here thinking, what is the possible reason that this happened, okay? So I want to start off with something very simple. Why was stop, drop, and roll so religiously taught to us as children? I don't know how it was in the rest of the world here on the great planet Earth, okay? But here in the United States, man, maybe it wasn't even in the whole US, right? I don't know. In my school, dude, stop, drop, and roll was like the first commandment of life, dude. Like the moment you walked through the door and you took your little Thomas the Train Engine backpack off, the teacher would line everybody up in military formation. She'd throw the fucking, just stop, drop, and roll. And dude, we were learning that shit religiously, dude. Like the fact that they pushed so hard for us to stop, drop, and roll if we ever caught on fire had me believing as a child that like fire was like the flu. Like you're gonna be 21, oh, I'm out of work for a week, man. Oh, I had to stop, drop, and roll. Like people cannot be catching on fire this much. It's not possible, dude. Because if it was, like if that was a problem, they would be doing more about it, right? They'd be making fucking, flame retardant clothes and all kinds of stuff like mainstream. Like Nike would be out here with the anti-flame joggers, right? But dude, like as a kid, I was so fucking scared of fire because of this. I was like, dude, like that's what's gonna make me stop, drop, and roll. Like I can't go around that, bro. But like I once again, I don't know if this is a big thing, if this happened only in my school or if it happened elsewhere. I don't know. But it was weird how much they preached stop, drop, and roll. And that leads me to another thing that we were taught as young children, okay? Once again, why was quicksand brought up as such a problem that like society had to face? Like the amount of cartoons, the amount of, dude, I saw like there was a poster in our school in kindergarten about quicksand. I've never seen quicksand in real life. I've never seen that. The only fucking quicksand I've ever seen has always been on the TV. Hollywood, I think, has created the idea of fucking quicksand. Why were we like so religiously as children, like mind fucking like teleported into the concept of there just being fucking like quicksand everywhere? As bad as I thought like stop, drop, and roll was, like I thought I'd burst into flames walking out of McDonald's one day like a fucking heathen in church. Dude, I thought like, if you were walking down the sidewalk, oh, I got my Starbucks, oh, fucking quicksand right here on the corner. Oh man, what do I do now? Thank God for kindergarten, bro. It's like, dude, why? I don't understand, like, was there like a quicksand company paying these fucking cartoon artists? Is there like big quicksand that we should be worried about, like rivaling big pharma and big fucking banks and Wall Street and big tech and all the other industries, man? Like, what's going on here? And another thing I never understood, particularly about the American school system, is why was it that when kids came to school without lunch money, they were denied fucking lunch? Or at least a lunch that's serviceable? Listen here, with all the money that we piss into the fucking military here in the United States on an annual basis, for the dumbest, most moronic things possible, okay, I think the vast majority of Americans would probably be okay if we took a little bit of that military money that we're not spending wisely and decided that kids can eat, right? Like, call me a fucking liberal SJW fucking socialist, okay? But children should not be going hungry in fucking schools in the richest country that's ever existed. That may be a fucking radical concept to some people, but if we can afford to do some of the things that we do, kids should probably get at least one guaranteed meal a day. And the sad reality is, in America, a lot of kids, their only meal of the day does come from school. So the fact that if their family's fucking poor and can't afford lunch, which by the way was ridiculously overpriced, okay? The fact that they would just go fucking hungry is kind of sad and ridiculous. But of course, schools, they came up to a classic response to this solution. And when kids in some schools don't have money, they get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a milk. Some kids get an apple or a fruit and a milk. Lots of kids get fucking nothing. And yeah, not only are they going hungry because of this, which is ridiculous that that's even a concept, the social stigma of being a fucking poor kid who can't afford lunch around a bunch of kids paying for their lunch probably doesn't lead for very good social relations for that kid. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but if you want to fucking promote bullying in a school, why don't you drop some poor kids who can't afford lunch around a bunch of kids who fucking bought 3 chicken sandwiches? Sure, there might be a decent person who slides them something off their tray every once in a while, but yeah, a lot of kids are assholes. That's a stupid fucking concept that kids in America are not eating in schools. Oh, and can we actually serve them something fucking decent too? Like, why are American school lunches literally just like, they're like the burger, the Krabby Patties from SpongeBob with the gray goo in the center. It's not food. This shit is garbage. And that brings me to another thing I don't understand. Why the fuck are people wearing mullets again? I mean, come on, dude. It's 2021. Like, let that one go, okay? Like, a lot of the fucking, the yee kids, the country boy, I love you type motherfuckers from school, they're out here rocking mullets again. Like, I'm seeing it and I'm like, dude, let it go, okay? Not everybody can be Joe Dirt. It's cool. Let that one fucking go, bro. Like, go get the crew cut or something. I don't know. Like, I hate the mullet because it's so fucking indecisive, right? Because, like, in the front, you're looking sharp, you're looking fresh, right? You got your shit going. But then in the back, it's just fucking wilderness. Like, it's the hairstyle equivalent of building a 5-star hotel right next to, like, the fucking volcano. Why would you do that? Why would you ever do that? That doesn't make sense. Please stop wearing mullets. Here's another thing I don't understand. Why were the high school teams so excited to get the fuck beat out of them every single Friday night, right? Like, I remember, bro, like, the dudes on the football team, right? Okay, I didn't play football in high school, right? The dudes on the football team, like, they'd be all hyped up on Friday, right? Like, you'd think they were going to fucking war, which I guess they were, like, right, it's cool. You play football, that's great, right? Like, I'm glad you're doing whatever you enjoy or whatever, right? But can someone please explain to me why these motherfuckers would play Jeezy and Kanye's Put On in the fucking locker room, hyping themselves up, talking about, I put on for my city, on, like, and then they go out on the field on homecoming night and get beat 63 to fucking nothing. Like, where was all that energy in the locker room, bro? Like, we spent $8 to get into the game and you fucking lose by 9 touchdowns. Now I look like a dipshit because when I talk to my friends from other schools, they're all like, oh, didn't you guys get beat 63 to nothing? I don't know. Our team decided to play on fucking recruit mode that night, so I guess. But that's okay, because they had plenty of fucking hype in the locker room. Like, and let me ask this question, right? For those of you playing on teams that are getting stomped like fucking mud holes constantly, what's that energy like in the locker room after, right? Like, you guys are in there fucking popping champagne before the game, hyping yourselves up, fucking jumping around. And then, like, when you lose by 40, do you guys, like, sit there and, like, weep? Like, what the fuck happens? All right, here's the final and last thing that I simply don't understand, and I want an answer to immediately. Why in the fuck are people still using MySpace, bro? Like, it's 2021, okay, right? Like, MySpace, I was a kid, bro. It was the 2000s. It's time to let that shit go. You motherfuckers might be worse than the mullet guys. Like, come on, bro. It's time to just let it go. Drift off into the sunset. I know it had some cool features. It was a little bit ahead of its time, right? Like, but dude, fuck off. All right, actually, I lied. There's one more that I want to talk about because it just kind of drifted into mind. So, the one thing I don't understand, okay? spaghetti elitism. Okay, you're probably like, Optimus, what the fuck is spaghetti elitism? There's been this debate online I've seen about how to serve spaghetti, right? There's some people who believe that pasta or spaghetti is only correctly served with fucking plain noodles coated in a sauce. No mixing, no shaking it up, no saucing the noodles up, no sugar on top, which you should put sugar in spaghetti, by the way, but just serve it like that. And then, of course, there's the correct people, you know, me, who, when you make spaghetti, you mix all the fucking sauce and the meat and whatever else you put. I know some people put other shit in it. You know, I usually put like maybe some cheese and some sugar in there, right? Sugar cuts down the acidity. Cheese is fucking delicious. Mix that shit up. You know, you got good fucking dinner right there, bro. I love spaghetti, right? So people are debating, like, the angles of how to serve it. Who cares? If you want to eat your fucking dry noodles with a little bit of sauce because it was barely on top, right? You have the right to do that. If you want to eat it the correct way and actually taste multiple things at once when you eat the food, you can mix that bitch up, bro. It really doesn't matter. As Lil Uzi Vert said, sauce it up, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares, okay? It's spaghetti. And I say no one cares, but I ranted about it for fucking 16 minutes. But anyway, that's gonna be it, folks. I don't feel like doing the outro. Have a good day. If you're one of the people I talked about, go fuck yourself. You've seen cool stuff in your life before, but you've never seen cool shit like this. Introducing Horser. Are we sure what it is? Not really, but is it interesting? Absolutely. Optimus, what do all these luxury cars and videos of horses and nature have to do with Horser? They're specially crafted in that order to make you want to buy shit. To make you think to yourself, oh, this Horser brand represents luxury and wealth and nature, and I need that. So fulfill the advertisement's role and go buy it. Horser, keep it on you, or some shit like that.